Respect is not given. It's earned through our actions and choices. Think about that for a moment. What if your habits are silently sabotaging your respect and influence? It's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? But that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to today's video, where I'll share 6 habits that might be standing in the way of the respect you deserve. We often underestimate how our daily behaviors impact how others perceive us. In both our personal lives and professional journeys, respect is crucial. It's what helps us build meaningful relationships, succeed at work, and feel good about ourselves. But when we have habits that repel respect, it can lead to frustration and disappointment. Let me take you back to a time when I realized I had a habit that was affecting how people viewed me. A few years ago, I was constantly late to meetings and gatherings. I thought it was no big deal, but I noticed that people began to see me as unreliable. One day, a close friend called me out on it. She said, "Your lateness makes me feel like you don't value our time together." At that moment, I felt a wave of embarrassment wash over me. I didn't want to be that person. That's when I started diving into Stoic philosophy. I learned about the importance of self-discipline and how our actions reflect our values. It was eye-opening. I began making small changes, setting reminders, planning ahead, and valuing other people's time. And guess what? Not only did my relationships improve, but I also started gaining respect from those around me. Learning to respect myself and others helped me grow. So, stick around as we uncover these 6 habits that might be costing you the respect you deserve. You might just find that by making a few simple changes, you can transform your life in ways you never imagined. Let's get started. Habit 1, procrastination. Let's start with our first habit, procrastination. This habit can quietly erode trust and respect from those around you, often without you even realizing it. When you constantly delay tasks, you not only risk missing deadlines, but you also send a message to others that they can't count on you. It's a silent killer of respect. Consider this. Research indicates that nearly 20 of adults are chronic procrastinators. This is not just a number. It represents countless opportunities lost and relationships strained. Procrastination affects productivity, causing unnecessary stress and anxiety. You might be thinking, "I work better under pressure." But that pressure can lead to rushed work and mistakes, which can tarnish your reputation. Let me share a personal experience. There was a time when I had a job application due, and I thought I had all the time in the world. I kept pushing it off, thinking, "I'll start tomorrow." As the deadline drew closer, life got in the way. Unexpected obligations, distractions, you name it. I found myself scrambling to complete the application, and by the time I submitted it, it was too late. I missed out on an opportunity I really wanted. This experience taught me that procrastination can cost you more than just time. It can cost you respect and opportunities for growth. By procrastinating, we not only miss deadlines, but we also risk damaging our reputation in the eyes of others. So, it's crucial to recognize procrastination as a habit that holds us back. Now, let's move on. While procrastination undermines our reliability, the next habit stifles our growth. Habit 2, lack of accountability. Moving on to our second habit, lack of accountability. Taking responsibility for our actions and decisions is vital for building respect. When we own up to our mistakes, we show integrity and reliability to those around us. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus emphasized the importance of accountability. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle underscores that our reactions and choices define us more than the circumstances we find ourselves in. Let me share a story. I once made a mistake at work when I mishandled a project. Initially, I was tempted to shift the blame onto a teammate to protect my image. However, I quickly realized that this would only create distrust among my colleagues. When I finally decided to take responsibility, admitting my mistake and explaining how I would rectify it, I saw a noticeable shift in my relationships. My team respected me more for owning up to my actions and working collaboratively to resolve the issue. Being accountable fosters respect, as it shows that you are reliable and willing to learn from your mistakes. On the flip side, failing to take responsibility can create an environment of blame and resentment. As accountability fosters respect, its absence creates a breeding ground for another habit. Habit 3, negative self-talk. Now let's delve into our third habit, negative self-talk. This is a habit that can seriously undermine your self-respect and, in turn, the respect you receive from others. When you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, you not only limit your own potential, but also project that negativity onto those around you. Research in cognitive behavioral therapy has shown that negative self-talk can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and anxiety. It becomes a barrier that holds you back from pursuing opportunities and building meaningful relationships. Stoicism also teaches us to challenge these destructive thoughts. For instance, I used to engage in negative self-talk frequently, always questioning my abilities and fearing failure. I'd think, why would anyone want to listen to me? But once I learned about reframing those thoughts through Stoicism, I started to recognize that these feelings were not facts. I began replacing negative affirmations with positive ones like, I have valuable insights to share, or I am capable of growth. This shift not only improved my self-esteem, but also influenced how others viewed me. When I started believing in myself, I noticed that others began to respect my opinions and ideas more. Our self-talk shapes our internal narrative, which is often reflected in our interactions with others. Now let's transition into the next habit, one that many may not even recognize in themselves. Habit 4, being easily offended. The fourth habit we'll explore is being easily offended. This habit can alienate others and diminish the respect you receive. When you take offense too quickly, you not only create unnecessary conflict, but also limit your personal growth and understanding. Stoicism teaches emotional resilience and the importance of perspective. It encourages us to reflect on the nature of our reactions. I remember a time when a close friend made a comment that I took the wrong way. Instead of discussing it openly, I withdrew and harbored resentment. This behavior created a rift in our friendship, and it took a toll on both of us. Eventually, I learned that confronting my feelings directly led to a much stronger relationship. When I approached my friend and expressed how I felt, it opened the door to understanding. We talked it out, and I realized that my friend's comment was not meant to offend me. This experience taught me the power of communication and perspective. By learning to manage our reactions and not taking things too personally, we can foster stronger connections with others. As we learn to manage our reactions, we confront another habit that many struggle to recognize. Habit 5, avoiding difficult conversations. Now, let's talk about our fifth habit, avoiding difficult conversations. This habit often hinders both personal growth and the respect we earn from others. When we shy away from tough discussions, whether it's addressing conflicts with friends, providing constructive feedback at work, or discussing personal boundaries, we allow issues to fester. Think about it. How many times have you avoided a conversation, only to find that the problem escalated because you didn't address it? Avoidance can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and even the breakdown of relationships. This can create a toxic environment where issues linger, leading to more significant problems down the line. Stoicism teaches us the importance of facing challenges head-on. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, believed that we must confront our fears and difficulties directly rather than shy away from them. It's about understanding that avoiding discomfort only prolongs our pain. Let me share a personal experience. There was a time when I needed to confront a colleague about their behavior, which was impacting the team's morale. Instead of addressing it, I hoped the issue would resolve itself. As weeks went by, the tension grew, affecting our collaboration and productivity. Finally, I mustered the courage to have that difficult conversation, and to my surprise, my colleague wasn't aware of the impact their actions had. That conversation not only cleared the air, but also strengthened our working relationship. We both left the discussion with a better understanding and a commitment to improve our communication. Facing difficult conversations is never easy, but they are essential for growth and mutual respect. Now, while avoidance breeds conflict, our final habit is often the hardest to address. Habit 6, lack of purpose. Finally, let's explore our sixth habit, lack of purpose. Living without a clear purpose can lead to disorganization and a lack of respect from others. When we're unclear about our goals and values, it's difficult for others to respect us as they sense our uncertainty. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of having a guiding purpose and living in accordance with it. It teaches us that a life of meaning is not only fulfilling but also earns us the respect of those around us. Without a purpose, we may drift aimlessly, which can cause frustration and disengagement in our personal and professional lives. I remember a phase in my life when I felt lost and lacked direction. I was working but didn't have a clear goal beyond just getting through the day. This lack of purpose made me feel unmotivated and uninspired, which affected my relationships. Friends and colleagues noticed my disinterest, and it impacted how they interacted with me. Eventually, I began to explore what truly mattered to me. I took time to reflect on my values and what I wanted to achieve. Through this process, I discovered a passion for helping others understand Stoicism, its practical applications in daily life. This newfound purpose not only revitalized my motivation, but also earned me the respect of those around me. People began to see me as someone who was committed and driven, rather than just going through the motions. A clear purpose acts as a compass, guiding our actions and decisions. Now that we've explored these 6 habits, let's summarize their impacts and discuss the path forward. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to recap the 6 habits we've explored today that can undermine respect in our lives. Procrastination. This habit erodes trust and reliability. When we put off our responsibilities, we send a message that we don't value our commitments, leading others to question our integrity. Lack of accountability. Not taking responsibility for our actions can foster resentment and diminish respect. It's crucial to own our decisions, as accountability builds trust and strengthens relationships. Negative self-talk. This insidious habit undermines our self-respect, which directly impacts how others perceive us. When we speak poorly of ourselves, it reflects outwardly, causing others to mirror that negativity. Being easily offended. Allowing ourselves to be easily hurt by the words or actions of others can create barriers in our relationships. Stoicism teaches us to manage our reactions, fostering healthier interactions, avoiding difficult conversations. Avoidance creates unresolved issues that can fester and lead to more significant conflicts. Facing challenging discussions head-on is vital for personal growth and maintaining respect. Lack of purpose. Without a clear sense of direction, we may come across as aimless or uninspired. A guiding purpose not only enriches our lives, but also earns us respect from others who see our commitment to our values.